Well, hello there, cutie. Hi. It looks like you couldn't sleep. What you doing up this late? Mm-hmm. Well, that's not good. You have work tomorrow. You shouldn't even be up this late. Oh. You're afraid you're gonna miss work again, huh? Have you been getting any proper sleep as of recent? No, I mean, seriously, cutie. I want to make sure. No? Well, what's been going on? What's been bugging you as of late? Mm-hmm. Uh, you know, so you're telling me you wake up in the middle of the night, open your eyes and try to go back to sleep, open your eyes again and try to go back to sleep. And then people tell you that you're just overreacting? Hmm. Me, I I go to bed at a decent time. I'm not a night owl. I'm an early morning person. But how long has this been going on, cutie? A while? Oh. It might be bit I mean I've seen it happen to you a few times more than I can remember. Um I think I mean you got your do you have any form of do you like keep an alarm right next to you, next to your bedside? You do. And it's always set? Hmm. Okay. You haven't been staying up late. Well, you have, but that's on the contrary. Have you recently tried have you recently tried getting back into a tighter sleep schedule? No. You're afraid you're gonna miss something? Cutie, you must, as much as I hate to say it, you must prioritize yourself over anyone else because your health is more important. Having a decent amount of sleep is vital for your health. I did that when I was younger. Oh yeah, when I was younger and I stayed up late on a school night, particularly in middle school, um I felt like crap. I'd fall asleep in class half the time and my teachers would be like, "Well, actually no, they would yell at me for noticing that I'd fall asleep on the desk." If there was any free time within those periods, I would just fall asleep. And then I would miss my next class. Only for that to come back and haunt me because then I almost failed school. But we don't talk about that. Because, cutie, I don't want you to end up like me. That's the last thing I would want. You don't want to end up like a irresponsible person who misses work so many times because those points can rack up so much. When those points rack up, no, it's okay, it doesn't permanently stay on your record. There has to be some moment in time, or at least something, to alleviate that lateness that you're. Whenever you arrive late to work, that should alleviate the problems. You get what I'm saying? I have, because I have the same issue, cutie. I started noticing it with you more recently because you wouldn't have these problems. I've never seen you have these problems before, ever. But over time, I've seen you open up your eyes, close them, open, close them, and then you just wake up and try to wander, grab a snack, and go back to bed. That's not particularly right, and it kind of had me worried. But I can't worry about that much. I have a life too. I have to go to work every day. Mm-hmm. Well, whenever you're up late and it can in the long in the long run it can really have very bad effects on you. So, even when I was in middle school, as I said, I had the same issues. I stayed up all night. I couldn't sleep because the device I had in my hand was basically something I could not get away from. Something I could not, just move on or just simply get away from. So my parents would come into the room and basically check every so often to see if I was on that device. And luckily I hid it under my pillow without them noticing till one day I basically got grounded. Grounded means, uh, particularly what I'm saying is that I could, not have that device back. So don't be like me. Um, but the issue you're having has nothing to do with that. The issue you're having, um, basically is the constant stress that you're having is causing that issue. I'm surprised you haven't told me sooner, because then I would have been more understanding of it. You didn't want to frighten me. No, you weren't gonna. No, you weren't gonna frighten me anyways. You would never frighten me. I wouldn't be. It happens. Sometimes when we work too much, it gets the best of us, and that alarm, knowing that it's in our consciousness, um, basically you're so used to waking up at that certain time that you feel like you're gonna miss it. And even on the weekends when I wake up, I feel like I missed work because that stuff becomes nightmare, like absolute nightmare fuel. Now that I think about it, I couldn't even tell you that the past few times I woke up beside you, how I had that jolt of energy just go through me, just like, oh, I check the time on my phone, and then, well, it's completely fine. It's it's normal to oversleep. My coworkers understand completely. But there comes a time where when it happens too much, it becomes an issue. And then you start getting write-ups, you start getting verbal warnings, and they think you're just not wanting to work. That's the real world we live in. Sadly. I've had that happen to me plenty of times. The place where I work at, they're so dead strict. Even though it doesn't matter if you're a good coworker, if you're a good employee or not, you're just a number. They could let you go within an instant. Boom. Straight up termination. So maybe trying something. What would I suggest? Well, maybe trying something like an early sleep schedule. Basically, going to sleep more early, uh, trying to de stress from whatever is on your mind, because eventually that stress can really get to you and it can really cause a lot of problems down the road. And people think it's not that big of a deal, but It is, and I don't want that happening to you in particular. So, for me, cutie, what I would like you to do is that I would like you to get some rest, de stress. Basically, you know, relinquish whatever is going on with your mind and try to not focus on work so much. You go to work every day, you deal with your coworkers every day more than you do me. But the majority of the day you're at work. I understand that completely. But sometimes you just have to um make those amends. Just stick with what you have. It'll be okay. I believe in you. It'll be okay. It happens. Just try to get through the week. Try not to let it get to you. I know you've been like that. You missed work several times or like late, but don't let that get to you. So, at least try not to. I'd rather you be okay than just let that get to your own head. So, well, my beauty, my sweet cutie, I feel like it's time for bed. Hopefully, this will help you, because I already see the bags underneath your eyes getting tired and strenuous, but that's just me. So, you have a good night, and I'll see you in the morning.